What do you have to do first when you're graphing inequalities? You gotta solve it. So we're gonna solve x plus 2y less than negative 12 for what? Solve for y, because yes, you're gonna solve for y. I guess we could put the date up. Is today the 9th?
Something like that.
Something like that. Alright, how do I solve for y? What do I do?
X over first.
Knock next to x over, good. So we got 2y is less than negative x minus 12. And then divide everything.
Don't forget the secret one.
So y is less than negative 1/2 x minus 6. And we're going to get rid of that little tiny dot because that is going to mess you up. Alright. So, can you graph this equation? Can you graph if it was an equation, if it was a line?
Yeah.
Alright, so where do I start? We start at this negative 6 or this negative 6? This negative. Good job, guys. Alright, and then what do I do?
So, no.
This has some kind of slope. Positive or negative slope? Has a negative slope, so you know the graph is going to look like what? It's going to go down. As you read from left to right, it will decrease. Okay? So if I go down 1, which direction do I need to go? Left or right? To make it go down 1.
Right.
Yeah, if I put a point here, my graph will go down, right? Do I just connect them? Quick, say no.
No.
Why not?
Because you gotta, it's not a dash line.
It is a dashed line. How do you know that this is a dashed line?
There's no line underneath the alligator.
There's no line underneath the alligator.
That's how I remember.
It is only less than this. It's not less than or equal to. It is only less than. So you need a dashed line. Or you just need to make it a whole bunch of points. I'm happy with either one. Then it's a solid line.
When it's greater than
Okay.
or equal to, it's solid.
Yes, when there's an extra little line right here, then it's solid.
What does the dash line mean?
It means or equal to. So it's the difference between 4 is less than 4 and 4 is less than or equal to 4. Which one of those is a true statement? Nope. First one is false. Is 4 less than 4?
No.
Is 4 less than or equal to 4?
Yes.
Does that make sense? Yeah? So solid line means that it's also equal to those values as well. Alright, so we got that guy. Let's do the other one. We'll do orange because it's my favorite. No, let's do blue, then we'll put our fine. Oh wait, we have to shade it.
Yeah.
So, look at your y-axis. Where is your y value?
How do you know what it can't be?
Huh?
Like, no, how do you know which side is he?
That's literally what I was just about to say.
Okay, continue.
Look at your y-axis only. Where are your y values smaller than your line?
Underneath.
Does that make sense? Your y values, just look at this. Is your y values going to be smaller here or up here? Y values are going to be smaller where?
Oh, down.
Down. So you want to shade down.
So you say where your y values are smaller?
Because it says less than.
In this instance.
Oh, so that's what I meant. Like,
And then all your air is
why?
going down.
Your y values need to be smaller than your line. Make sense? Yeah. Alright. How about the other equation? How about this guy? Woo! What do I gotta do here?
I was terrible at that. Oh, track X on both sides.
Track X on both sides.
I just got it.
Alright, then what do I do?
you divide by the negative 8, it will flip the
Very nice. When you divide by a negative 8, this guy has to flip around. Multiplying or dividing by a negative causes your inequality to flip.
Oh, really?
You want to know why? I'm glad you asked. Side note.
Yes.
If I have negative 3 and I have 7, which symbol would I put between them?
greater than,
The left side.
less than, what's the less than?
7 is bigger, right? So we get the less than sign.
And allocated one.
Negative 3 is less than this. If I divide both of these by a negative 1, what do they become?
3 negative 7.
So if I divide by negative 1,
3, negative 7.
so it would become 3 and negative 7. Is 3 less than negative 7?
No.
So it naturally happens.
So when you divide by a negative number,
Or multiply.
divide or multiply, it flips.
Okay. It all goes back to the number line. It swaps what direction you're going on the number line. Alright, so back to this guy. When I divide by my negative 8, what is my lovely little fraction?
Negative 1/8.
So close.
1/8.
Why is it positive 1/8?
If you divide by a negative by a negative,
Negative by a negative. And then it's going to be
Negative 8.
1.
negative
1.
negative 1. So this is my other equation that I need to graph. So where do I start?
Hold on.
Start at
Start at
negative
negative 1.
And then?
And you go 1, right?
We know I have a positive slope, so it should look like this.
Up 1 over 8.
Up 1 over 8.
Oh my gosh.
Or down 1
Over 8.
over 8. Solid or dotted line?
Dotted.
It is a dotted line. And which way are we shading?
Up.
Why are we shading up?
Because it can't be, negative 1.
We want where our y values are greater than our line. Right? My y values are going to be greater than my line above it. So where's your actual solution?
It's
Where they
on the
overlap.
side of
Where they both overlap.
yeah.
Where they overlap. So, for Miss Holly, for this class, you can use colors and take a third color and super shade in your actual answer. You can write here. You can write no in the sections that are not the answer and write yes right here. You can put a smiley face in the answer. All of those are accepted.
Smiley. I'm going to do smiley face.
I'm so serious. Cool? Make it obvious
So wait,
which section is the answer.
Is this a little triangle?
Yep.
Okay.
Because keep in mind, the lines continue, right? These are lines, so they go on forever. So it's going to be that whole section. And we will practice some more of those today. So look at the next one. Alright, just to make our lives a little easier, can you change this guy to a 0? So we're going to pretend that there's also, there's also a line right here. So we're just looking at this section. Otherwise, we got to deal with like decimals and fractions. I'm not trying to do that. Okay. All right. What do you got to do? Give the inequalities. Ooh. Maximize the constraints with c equals 5x minus y. So this is one of your inequalities. Just because I couldn't really get the graph to work out well either way. Can you give me the equation of one of these blocks, though? Can you give me the equation of this one?
Y equals,
It's going to be a y.
less,
And it's
greater than,
Yeah, are we shaded above or below this line? We're shaded above this line, dotted or solid? Solid. What is your slope? You got a nice point here, and you got a nice point here. 1/5. Is it positive or negative? Increasing at 5, and what's your y-intercept? Beautiful. Look at that. You see how we built that?
We built it.
We built this city. On slope and y-intercept. Okay, so how about this guy right here? You know it's a y something, something x something, right? I don't care which part you fill in first.
It's less than.
I always put the y-intercept in first because I think it's the easiest to figure out. What's the y-intercept for this line? 7. What's the slope between this guy and this guy?
Negative.
Huh? Negative. Thank you for saying negative. 4/5.
I couldn't catch that. Is it less than?
And where are you shaded? Are you shaded above or below?
Below.
Below, so it's less than that line. Your y values are smaller than that line. Is it equal to or not equal to? It's also equal to. So those are your equations. Cool?
Plug it in, plug it in.
You should plug it in, plug it in. And here's what all the cool kids do.
Tommy, I don't like this.
Okay.
Wait, you have a point system.
You need to find the coordinates.
Do you respect me as a man? And take this up? As a man?
What is he asking?
Respect me as a man? And do not teach this.
And do not.
So the question, do you want to be prepared for college or
As
not?
a man. No. You're missing the
Stop being creepy about stuff. All right, what are my coordinates? The man would suck it up and learn it. All right, give me the coordinates of one of your points.
Negative.
No.
0.07.
0.7 is
Yeah.
that point.
Wait, where's the 7? Wait, I can see.
7 is this guy right here.
Oh, okay. I can see because it's
0.2.
0.2.
And then, yeah.
5.3.
5.
I didn't see that.
Y'all are ridiculously slow. I
couldn't
over
see it.
3 times and then I answered the question.
Vision.
Come on now.
Messing up.
I got you. What up, man? Honestly.
All right, and we are dealing with this guy right here. C equals 5x minus 2y. This is called optimization. Okay, so what do I do?
You plug it in for E.
Plug it in for each one. All right, so we've got 5, 0. What is this thing doing today? It's being all crazy. 5 times 0 minus 2 times 7.
5 times
5 times 0 minus 2 times.
No, 0 minus 4. Negative 4.
And 5 times 5 minus 2 times 3. 5 times 0 is? 0.
5.
Oh my gosh!
What is happening right now? And 0. Alright, just give me the next part. This kind of
Negative 14.
This is going to be negative 14. What's this one going to be?
Negative 4.
Negative 4.
So if I minus
21.
No. If it was plus.
20. Wait on.
There you
I'm
go.
too quick. Wait the flash.
And to think you didn't even want me to teach it. So if we are maximizing, which one do you think your answer is?
19.
Which means your actual answer is going to be this coordinate right here. That is the one that gives you the 19. Okay? If I was minimizing, what would I be looking for?
Negative 4.
The negative 14. Does that make sense? Next class, we're going to put all of these together with a word problem. You're going to see how they all go together. Okay? But it's easier if you know the parts first. If you understand kind of these steps, and it'll be easier to put all together.